a lot of trends happening right now. Interesting enough, Fees Must Fall is popping up. Outstanding Fees Must Fall. Nesfus is popping up. And you know, something that is also popping up in the world of business is Varsity TV. In studio hanging out with the awesome crew. They're literally filming their own production, but it was pretty cool. I feel like a celeb. But also talking to a young entity that is not going to be young for long. Talking to Varsity South Africa, whereby I've got the CEO Refilwe Lediga, who's in studio. I've also got Kgomotso, and these two people have turned a simple idea into something that is now being labeled in 2015 as the most aspiring business in 2015. But also, they had the best pitch at the SABC Kickstart. As they went on to a campaign, they went head to head and they came out number one. Guys, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, man?
Hi. Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here, so thank you.
No, I'm glad you guys are here. I mean, it's been coming for a while. I'm glad I got an opportunity to actually sit down and talk to you guys.
No, thanks, man. It's actually been a long time standing, huh?
Yeah, like long overdue,
Long
if you ask
overdue,
me.
man.
You know what they say? In a spiritual world, certain things are perfect for their timing. We'll
Amen.
never know why.
Amen.
I don't know, preach. Hallelujah. Guys, just give us about yourself a bit. We'll start obviously with the lady. Kgomotso, just give us yourself about us. Who's Kgomo? Who's Motso?
Okay, I'm Kgomotso from East Rand representing.
Hello.
And I'm studying marketing management at the University of Johannesburg. I actually met Refilwe last year. I was interested in Varsity TV in presenting actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, I knew one of the partners, Patrick. He's away. So I asked him, how do I get involved? I want to be a presenter. And yeah, he called me up and he's like, hey, he actually put me on the spot. And he's like, here's Refilwe, give us a 30-second link. And then I had to do it on the spot and they liked me. And then, yeah, I became a presenter.
Yeah.
From there, I just moved up more into like the client services now. And yeah, now I'm heading up the marketing department, the social media page, and yeah, it's great. I love it a lot.
So are you saying that you went in wanting to present, and then you got a promotion to not just present now, but now you are coordinating the vision of the business based on the marketing aspect?
Yeah, I think because we shared the same vision, it was easier for us to just work together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just been one smooth sailing, I'd like to call it that.
For now.
Yeah.
Hey, it's business.
Yeah, but obviously there are ups and downs, but ultimately we know where our minds are at and where we want to go. So it's all about that.
Wow, that's amazing. And growing up, what did you want to become initially?
Actually, I don't know. I just knew that, I just wanted to be successful and happy in whatever career path I chose. There was a time I wanted to be a doctor. I thought I could be a model. I thought I could be an actress. Like,
Sure.
I have different interests, and I think that also what just makes me so bubbly in a way.
All right. No, definitely the bubbles are coming through the airwaves. Also, the much more of the... whenever I see Refilwe, I feel more of a chameleon. You know, he's slow in his approach, but he does definitely, just like a tongue of a chameleon, come out real quick.
Yeah.
I think that's your character.
So I attack.
Well, not an attack, but whatever you're processing, the moment you decided I'm going to do this, you actually do it, and you always hit it on, I guess, hit the nail on the head, something of that sort.
Yeah.
Refilwe, a bit about yourself. Who is Refilwe? Where's home? How did you come up with the concept of Varsity TV?
Yeah. So Refilwe Lediga comes from a city called Polokwane in Limpopo. And I'm studying here at UG. I'm doing my master's in civil engineering.
Wow.
But just to take you back with how Varsity TV started and how the day came, I was at home and I was reading this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
I'm a bit advocate for reading, really.
Yeah.
And
love it.
He talked about this aspect of earning a passive income. So basically making money without having to go to work. So my uncle sent me to the hospital, to a pharmacy rather, and asked me to get some medication. So while I was queuing, man, I see these screens by the walls,
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, where is this guy that's running the screens?
Yeah.
And he's getting paid for every ad that's being played, And and it looked like passive income for me. I called him up and like, what's up? Look, I like your idea. This is back at home. I think we could implement it at Varsity, at UJ, on a bigger scale. It's Gauteng, it's a bigger market.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Just get advertising rights. If you can prove that you have advertising rights, then we'll put the screens up. A year later, I get the advertising rights. We link again. He gives me the money. We buy screens, and that's how Varsity TV started, man.
Wow. As simple as it sounds, I believe there's a lot of more bickering and fighting in the background, but it's okay. It's all right. And more about yourself, the person behind what we hear now.
Look, I went to technical high school.
Yeah.
So I was sort of channeled to studying a more technical, following a more technical career, like civil engineering, of course. But my parents have always been in business, and I always knew that I wanted to do this. And you don't need to study entrepreneurship to be an entrepreneur. You know, my marks came out well, luckily, in matric, and I qualified for the degree. So I decided, look, I'm going to complete this. But during the degree, I'm going to start something that I can make money from as a business. So in my second year, that's when I started everything. And yeah, man, I finished last year and decided to pursue entrepreneurship full time.
Wow. So let's talk about your family at home. How's the family setting?
I was privileged. I had two parents. Walls were they were always around, and they're still around. With two younger sisters.
Yeah.
And it's an ideal upbringing, man. To be honest, I grew up in a place called Bendo. It's a city. It's a main city in Polokwane. And yeah, they took us to the dentist. Went on holidays. So it was. I grew up very well, man. I'm not gonna lie, and I need to thank my parents for that.
Sure. To the listeners, if you're just joining us, welcome to Money Mondays, the last hour of the show on the Ego Trip. We're talking about young people in business. Normally, you'd hear the voice of Mikhail Moyo around this time. We told him to just take a step back, allow these children to shine for their beautiful concept. Varsity TV in the house, and speaking to Refilwe Lediga and also Muntu, who's also Kgomotso. But I don't know, she probably has a third name hiding somewhere. When we come back, we get into the business aspects of how they found themselves building a sustainable business. If you're a UJ student, you probably know. If you look around, you see these TV screens that are out there. Like, why? They want us to watch generations? No. These people are in business. Refilwe, the business model. And we're not going to give away your business. That's not clever. But your business model, when you thought of it, what was your entire vision of saying, what do I want to make of Varsity TV? What do I want to see as the end goal?
Yeah, so it's actually a funny story, man. It's how companies evolve and sort of like change what they were planning to be initially. When I started, I was basically going to put a screen and run ads on TV. And I realized that doesn't work. You don't just sell advertising. Till I met a guy called Randy Chuvula, shout out to Randy. And he said, "Look, man, let's make this thing a TV show. Let's make this a campus television station." And he was already in production, so I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. He gave me some videos to upload on the screens, and people started looking actually. So the advertisers started getting value for their money. And that's the first thing, man. The second thing, you realize that you can never do anything great alone. I met a guy called Pat. Pat was a popular guy on campus. So actually I know Champ, our head of production, and Kgomotso through a guy called Pat, and we just built a formidable team, man. So to answer your question, Varsity TV is a campus-based and student-focused radio station that will be the most influential medium among students. And that's really the vision for us, and obviously we're planning to push that vision nationwide.
Yeah, and just to add to that, we don't want to just focus on social events, but we also tap into student culture and issues that actually affect students, whether it be directly and indirect, and also opportunities available to them, especially how we were exposed to this SAB Kickstart. We could also inform people who didn't know about this or other programs that are in place for students. So, yeah.
Interesting. And now, does this give you guys the potential to make a formidable turnover at this stage? I mean, now you guys are 2 years in, going for your third year.
Yeah.
Do you guys say that, okay, look, a lot of people are scared of, living off the edge. I mean, I understand your hustle as entrepreneurs. Because even though you might be in the head of marketing, but your mindset is based as an entrepreneur. Tomorrow you can start your own agency where you teach people how to build brands, as you have strategically in your position. Now, how did you guys get to the point to say, guys, we're not going to have anything to eat month end, we're not going to go apply for jobs, we're actually going to stick this one out? Like, at that point, how did you say, yes, yes, I'm not going to have a job? How did you guys accept that? Because I know you were students first, but now you're no more students, guys, in a sense.
Yeah. No, okay, you go for it.
Yeah, well, with me is that, okay, I grew up in a family where I was taught that you have to go to school and get a degree or any form of qualification to earn a decent living or just to get by life. So I knew that I wanted to do something that at the end of the day would make me happy as well. So when I joined Varsity TV, it was part of my field of study as well, and it also gave me the practical experience of the dynamic environment in which I am, I'm working in. So it was just when I started working with them, it just made it so much easier and more comfortable. And I'm not a graduate yet. Most companies are looking for graduates.
Yeah.
But Varsity TV is willing to give people that chance that, despite the certificate, there is potential and capabilities within an individual. So, yeah.
What makes that more interesting reminds me of a tweet that I saw the other day whereby I said, hey, we're hiring interns, you need to have a car, but we're not going to pay you. You need a car, and you're not going to pay me.
So what must it run on?
So this petrol must come from heaven. Like it was quite interesting. But I hear you. And for yourself, Refilwe?
It's a passion, man. I was fortunate to join an organization called the Black Management Forum.
Yeah.
And on campus, I chaired it in 2010. And what it did is that it exposed us to so many entrepreneurs, man. Guys that quit their jobs, so guys that just moved from varsity to starting businesses, and just created a sense that this thing is possible.
Yeah.
But by the time we finished, it was not profitable and sustainable. So, and I need to give Pat props for this. It's like, look, man, let's register for our masters, which meant that we're gonna get accommodation, postgrad accommodation, and we'll do research. So we'll study in the evening and hustle during the day. So it gave that tuition that we can still hustle.
We still have that environment, yeah.
That environment,
Yeah.
and that we have a roof above our heads, man. But so it was very smart to really take that direction.
Wow, that's actually amazing. That's actually amazing. And what I love so much about your guys' journey is that you guys went on to go beyond the barriers of the University of Johannesburg. You went out to compete with the Lions, we call it the Lions Den, but there's now sharks there. So I'm not too sure, is it a Lions Den or an animal tank? I don't know. But you guys went out and competed. And I want to get a bit of perspective before we actually tap into that, because we're going to get into news at 2:30. But looking at the actual journey of you breaking down, did you guys have a moment as a team where you feel like, I quit? Nyahamba, yes, get out of here. I'm getting out of here right now. You were like, I'm going. Did you guys have that moment at any point?
No, we did. I mean, every Monday, actually, we have board meetings every Monday as the four of us. They get hectic, man. They get very heated. But I think things changed a bit when the female joined us. It was just the three guys.
Oh, she was.
Things balanced out, But there were points where it got really bad, and I think Champ can account for this, But I mean, the vision was there, man, and we just pushed on and, stayed together, and that's what really kept us together.
Yeah, because I mean, with every working relationship, there's always disagreements, and as much as you guys have the same vision, you guys have different routes you want to take.
Sure.
So we obviously had to find a compromise and just learn to accept each other's different characteristics and personalities, and just focus on building the brand itself.
Exactly.
It sounds nice, man. You're sitting at home and like, wow. UJ, it's easy.
Not at all.
Let me tell you, it is not. It is not. So who was the first one who wanted to quit first?
Maybe the right word is not quitting. It's fighting.
So you guys are ready to fight. No one's ready to leave. Talk about building businesses whereby you're not fighting to leave, you're fighting to stay. Like, hey, I'm hungry. I know I didn't do my work yesterday, but I'm not going anywhere. Talking to young entrepreneurs, Money Mondays. This is rather refreshing. Let's start here. 500 companies, the SABC Kickstart. How did it all come together?
So this guy told us about this in the library actually. Like, look guys, I know you guys are entrepreneurs, and here's this competition. I think you guys could stand a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
So we just took a shot, man. Sent the application. Two months later, they replied and said, guys, come for an interview. I think you guys are onto something, but let's see. Let's through a panel of around 15 people.
Yeah. We
went for it, and it went bad, man. Like, Pat and I just came out of there feeling terrible about ourselves. Like, yeah, what is this thing, man?
But how?
It's just the questions that we're asking, and well, if your company was listed, what would its evaluation be? You know what I mean? Those were look. I'm like I don't know, man. But those were important questions, But we never thought about them. So we slept it off, man. We slept it off. 2 weeks later, we get an email. Congratulations, you've got made it to the 2015 SAB Kickstarter program. And they gave us details. A month later, we were hosted at Reef Hotel in Marshalltown, and we were having crabs for prawns for breakfast, man.
Nice times. It was nice times.
Nice times,
Yeah.
So from the 500 applications, they took 50, and they were on a program for 2 weeks. They were basically teaching us about accounting, management, leadership, sales. The things that are important to run a business. And at the end of the 2 weeks, we have to pitch to a panel. Some of the people in the panel were Dr. Lifesgood, the founder Celebo, founder of THUD, and a guy called Octavius Pukebo. He's the Economic Development Manager at SAB.
OP.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I'm online.
In the right circles, man.
Yeah.
And we pitched, and from the 50 companies, we made it to the top 20, which meant that they're gonna fund us. We should be happening in the next couple of weeks. So the program works like this: that the top 50 gets funded. Then after 9 months, you have the finals where they now decide who effectively used the money that they funded. And that's really where we are right now, man.
Sure. So now the real race is about to run.
Yeah.
The real race is about to commence, and you guys have to find yourselves at a point of strength. And now then the next question becomes, what have you prepared, what have you guys done strategically for yourselves to say, come December 2016, without question, even though they might make more money than us, but we have built something that's so sustainable that when we walk away from this whole experience, we will definitely have a company that is not just now to get paid, but to have medical aid. Start up. Important.
Well, just to say, we don't want to be a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
So we're not just, like Refilwe said, we're not just focusing on advertising. It's an element of the whole organization. But we're exploring all the factors or all the information that is out there for the student market. So I'd want to say, like, the spectrum is very wide. It ranges from student accommodation, where to go, about where to find the most affordable residence, to what's happening with the hookup dinner. You get what I'm saying? So we are just growing the spectrum. We don't want to just focus on a certain element, but we want to grow it so much that we are the student-focused channel. So that means we will showcase every single information that can be available to students.
Obviously with relevance of the actual.
Yeah. We want to be cool, current, and also consistent.
Cool, current, and consistent. Wow, that actually right.
Yes, we have to that, man. I think one of our biggest strengths is the team we have,
Sure.
We've got really strong characters, I must say. But very visionary too, man. And I think she mentioned earlier on that we're willing to compromise if your idea gets trashed, because we need to put the brand first, But that's our biggest strength. That's the team.
Normally, this is the time I say to them, guys, goodbye. We'll see you some other time. But you know what? This is my type of thing. I like people like this. And people like this give me strength, you know? Because someone out there is sitting and saying, but I have an idea. I don't believe I'm good enough. I don't believe I can do it. I don't believe I can actually be where I need to be. Now, wrapping things up, my time is literally up. Before I get out of here, real quick, I still got Varsity TV in studio. Brother Champ, please come through to the mic because I know I need you more than anything. Firstly, Autase Alexandra.
Yeah, well,
How are you, my brother?
I'm well and yourself.
So you deal with productions?
Yeah, I deal with the production. I oversee the whole production and everything.
Yeah.
Production, yeah.
Shout out to Alexandra, my guy. I've seen
Yes,
so many
yes.
of you guys, like you guys have this might sound wrong. You know, like they say, there's a lot of rats in Alexandra. No, hear me. I'm saying a good thing here. You know, they say there's a lot of rats in Alexandra.
Yeah.
But the people in Alexandra have really used the notion of Alexandra rats to say, we will not back down. And they've come out in numbers to take over the world.
Yeah.
Like so many people that I work around from Alex, and they're amazing. Altiam, shout out to you. Your production, quality.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. It's all by the grace of the Lord. Thanks, man.
My guy. Moto, before we get out of here, your side?
Yeah, I just want to say please keep following us on Twitter. It's at Varsity TV SA. Like our page on Facebook, it's Varsity TV, and on Instagram, Varsity TV SA. Yeah, we're going to be doing a lot this year. Thanks to SAB. Wherever there's SAB, Varsity TV is there. We've been doing a lot with past events, and we're looking into growing, obviously, in the future. So yeah, just follow us and stay tuned for Varsity TV.
And that is head of marketing. Her name is Kgomotso from the East Rand. My guy, CEO, but not just the CEO, but the man of notion, the man of visionary, the guy all the way from the limbs. He's a tall fella. He's got a brain on his head. Refilwe, words of closure.
Yeah, I just wanna, just before we leave, man, just to say thank you to our presenters. You know, I know they're listening. I saw MJ now.
Yeah.
And Pat, shout out from Germany.
Yeah.
And,
Look, he just tweeted, he said, listen, listening to Melody Miya interviewing my business partner, Refilwe and Moto, live from Germany, man.
Yeah.
You guys are international like that.
they connect, you know, and that, let's make 2016 great, guys.
Yeah. So what can people expect, the biggest thing that people can expect from you guys in 2016? Like the biggest game changer? Never mind winning SAP, you know we've got that. But the next one, what?
I think now we're going to be in the whole province. We're installing screens in like the whole province, so that's going to be pretty great. And it will also mean that we need to put in the work now.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome stuff. Guys, my time 59:30. Literally, I got to say goodbye. Big thing that I want to put to you guys, Varsity Cup, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Varsity Cup, we're doing it.
Obviously.
We're going to have the backstage cameras running around. They don't know. Pumzi, let's say goodbye, my darling. Our time is up.